Okay, hello everyone and welcome to the Pittcon Exhibitor Kickoff webinar. Thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Stephanie Chrisman. I'm the Exposition Planner and I'm excited to open booth sales for the upcoming show taking place in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. We will begin the webinar by hearing from representatives from our host city. Next, our 2023 President and 2023 Exposition Chair will discuss the work rules and arbitration process. After that, we will go over the booth reservation process and pricing, as well as the floor plan. Finally, our marketing team will review sponsorship opportunities with you. And now I'd like to hand it over to Rocco.
Thanks, Stephanie. Hello and welcome, everyone. I'm Rocco Picella, Pittcon's head of marketing. Thank you for attending today's exhibitor webinar. At Pittcon, our goal is to advance scientific endeavor through collaboration, bringing together a world of knowledge to impact, enrich, and inspire the future of science. We are a catalyst for the exchange of information, a showcase of your latest advances in laboratory science, and a venue for international connectivity. But what you may not know is that proceeds from each Pittcon fund science education and outreach. Over 90% of our net profit goes on to fund education at all levels, scholarships, laboratory improvements, and outreach activities. You are in every way a part of this. Before we begin today's presentation, we have a few housekeeping items I'd like to review. There will be a question and answer session at the end of each of today's presentations. To submit a question, we ask that you simply please use the questions feature located in the toolbar of your Zoom window. I thank you again for joining us today, for supporting Pittcon's mission, and for doing your part as an exhibitor in advancing the higher ideals of scientific endeavor. And now I'd like to hand things over to our friends from both the Pennsylvania Convention Center and the Philadelphia Convention and Visitors Bureau. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Liz Hudock, and I'm the Senior Event Manager that will be supporting all the logistical needs within the Convention Center for the Pittcon Convention and also for the exhibitors. So I'm excited to welcome you back. We're all looking forward to getting back to live events. So a few items that I did want to share with you in regards to Phil Cares. So if you, back when you were here last time, you may have noticed homeless people around the convention center. And to combat that and help with the homelessness that plagues many cities, not only ours, our CEO, John McNichol, had created a fund called PHL Cares. The fund is funded by both business-led initiatives, investors from corporations, hotels, and of course, the convention center ourselves. So far, since it's founded in 2019, Phil Cares raised over $1 million from corporations and individuals. And in turn, what this did is instead of just moving the homeless down the street, it actually moved the homeless into homes, into apartments where they live and they're learning how to get back into the society. So we have seen a great improvement with our homelessness, and we are looking forward to continue PHL Cares in the future. We've been really busy during COVID when other people were staying at home. We were making tons of updates, many of them to include cleanliness and of the building during COVID. So we have received our GBAC accreditation. That, if you don't know, is we have to set standards and stay within those standards for cleaning and HVAC within the building. And we also have our venue shield, which is ASM Global, which is another piece for our venue cleaning and protocol. If you'd like to see more information about that, you can visit the GBAC accreditation on our website at www.paconvention.com. So what we've also done is we made some enhancements to the building during our downtime that we didn't have time to do before. Things that you'll notice when you're back in our new, I hope, is we've updated all the lighting inside the expo hall. So it's very vibrant LED lighting in the expo hall. We've updated all our water fountains to bottle fill water fountains. We've also advanced our plasma air purification technology so that more air is coming from the outside and being circulated fresh air as stagnant air, as opposed to stagnant air moving around. We've replaced all our HVAC air filters for higher efficiency and cleaner air. We have added UV light sanitation escalator lighting on our handrails so that when you're holding on to the handrails, you can be sure that they are being cleaned as they're rolling around. All our public restrooms have been renovated, and we've updated all our digital signage throughout the building that you may see some when you are offered some sponsorship opportunities today. To help our exhibitors when they're in the building, we have enhanced some exhibitor tools. Our online ordering forms, which you see the website address there, are available. Quick, easy way for you to place your orders. We also have dedicated contractor services staff to answer any exhibitor and EAC labor questions that may come about prior to the show and also on show site. We have enhanced our exhibitors' FAQs, which we've shared with Pittcon. And we've also, I know there were some Wi-Fi challenges in the past. We've made some updates to our Wi-Fi. The biggest update that we've made is we've eliminated hotspots. We found that that was our problem with delivering consistent Wi-Fi in the expo hall. So now we have complimentary Wi-Fi for casual business use. So you're checking emails, looking at photos, but if you're going to be downloading anything or needing any streaming, we do suggest that you order a hard wire for that. Exhibitors are welcome to bring their own wireless router to attach to the hardware and any internet front you may have. So I know that Pittcon's been working hard to get information to all the exhibitors, and know that everyone here at the Pennsylvania Convention Center is here to support you in the success of your exhibits, and we all look forward to you coming back. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Mariah Brewer, Senior Destination Services Manager for the Philadelphia Convention and Visitors Bureau, responsible for assuring that Philadelphia delivers the ultimate experience to Pickon Conference. On behalf of the Philadelphia Convention and Visitors Bureau and the City of Philadelphia, we're thrilled for another opportunity to host Pickon in 2023. I would like to just take a few minutes to remind you of some of the attributing factors about Philadelphia that makes us the perfect location. Next slide. Our location between New York and DC makes Philadelphia easily accessible to the Northeast region. Philadelphia is within a day's drive of 40% of the US population, and 60% of the US and Canadian population can benefit from a 2-hour flight to Philadelphia. Our 30th Street station is noted as the third busiest train station with 160 trains in and out of Philadelphia daily. Even better, once you get here, it's a very easy city to get around. Philadelphia International Airport is a convenient, quick 20-minute ride into Center City. We also have a convenient train that takes you from the airport into Center City without having to deal with traffic. Philadelphia is also noted as the 4th most walkable US city. So let's take a look. Next slide. This is a snapshot of our downtown area. As you can see, right outside of the convention center and your hotels, you'll find dining, entertainment, attractions, all within steps. Pickon is currently negotiating with 14 hotels to create the footprint for the 2023 convention housing package, which we're assisting them on and should be concluded soon. Next slide. When Pickon was last here, the area called East Market, the next slide. The East Market near the Convention Center Market Street exit was under construction, as well as the nearby Fashion District. This is what you'll see now when you return. Both projects were completed in fall of 2019. The Fashion District is on the left. It is conveniently located 1 block from the Convention Center and runs 3 city blocks complete with shopping, dining, bowling, and so much more. The East Market development on the right side is the mixed-use development right across from the Market Street exit of the Convention Center. And it's a vibrant neighborhood of restaurants, retail, and residential living, as well as a brand new hotel there and a courtyard for public use. You can feel free to click the links below and you can learn more about those projects and get a full overview of the area, what it looks like. Thank you. The next slide shows you just where, we're boasting some excitement about Philadelphia. So I'm excited that Philadelphia has been recognized globally over the past year. Philadelphia made the Condé Nast 2021 Gold List must visit destination. As well, Philadelphia has also made the Times 2021 World's Greatest Places list. Despite the pandemic, we've had new restaurants, special event venues, brand new museums open. Feel free to visit the link there, which reads What's New in Philadelphia. It gives you a full overview of all the latest and greatest things that are happening in Philadelphia, and notes on links to the restaurants, special event venues, as well as more accolades on our award-winning chefs that's continuing to put Philadelphia on the map over the last year, as well as some of the new hotels, which will surely be in the Pittcon Bop. So thank you for this opportunity to be the host city in 2023. And I guess I'll turn it over to Jonelle.
Hi, everyone. I'm Jonelle Kirchhoff, Pittcon president for Pittcon 2023. We're very happy to have you with us today.
And I'm Don Anzac. I am the 2023 Exposition Chair for Jonelle's Year in Philadelphia.
So there were two concerns raised by the Pittcon 2019 attendees and exhibitors. One was the homeless situation, which Liz talked about, which is really a win-win, not only for the city of Philadelphia, but also for the homeless people to get some help and support. The second one is the labor charges and delays that some of our exhibitors saw on move in and move out. So we're going to talk about that now. So Dick Howe and I worked with Liz, Miranda, others at the Pennsylvania Convention Center, and also the Philadelphia Convention Bureau. And we came up with a labor dispute arbitration process. So there is going to be an appointment of a labor ombudsman. And if you remember, Tom Castle helped us with this same thing at Pittcon 2020 in Chicago. Activation of an on-site integrated arbitration panel, which Don is going to talk about in a little bit more detail. And then also a post-show arbitration process that will address any issues you have on questionable labor or anything labor cost on move out. So you've got the whole process here today. We will continue to work on refining that, and Don will talk about that. Next slide.
All right, if you look at this slide, what you will see is that, as Jonelle said, we've worked very closely with PCC to have an arbitration process in place. Our goal is to have effective, timely responses. And what that means is it will all be on site. As soon as a grievance comes up, we are going to address it at that point. So our goal is effective, timely responses to any allegation in inappropriate labor practice. Again, if someone comes up to us at 9 o'clock with a complaint, we're going to address it at 9 o'clock. It will not be delayed at all. So I will be there as a part of the setup and the actual exposition. I will be the contact then. And we will also have our floor managers who will be aware of the process. If you need to go to the floor manager's booth to try to get a hold of one of us, the floor managers will contact us immediately so that we will start the process immediately. We're also going to have a post-show arbitration process. So once the billing comes in, if there's something that you see that you feel is not right, as soon as you let us know, we are going to start the arbitration process post-show. And as you notice below in the little chart, we have single point accountability people. We have our executive tier, which is Jonelle, Liz Hudak from the Convention Center, and Don Altman from GES. When we are on site for setup and for the week of the show, I will be the contact. Dave Solera from PCC will be the contact, and Don Altman again from GES. And then our post-show arbitration process, Dick Howe will take over, Greg Tassone from PCC, and Don Altman will continue on the GES side of it. So we're really looking forward to having this process in place. We will have more in February, actual details outlined for you in our February exhibitors and contractors meeting. We'll have the step-by-step process available for you to view, and that's how we'll conduct business at that point.
Thank you. All right. So Dawn and I are going to jump into the booth reservations and floor plan. On this slide, you'll see that I just have the dates and times listed for you as reference. Specifically, Wednesday, March 22nd, we're going to close at 3:00 p.m. So the booth reservation process is very similar to what it's been the last 2 years. We start with 600 square feet assignments or more in combined booth and seminar space. And those take place through the month of April before the process opens to companies participating with under 600 square feet. I'll work with you individually on this particular group of assignments. I've had some contacts, some emails with a few of you already, but if you have not heard from me and you're interested in 600 square feet, please do reach out so that we can get you on the floor this month. Starting in May, we will open the reservation process for under 600 square feet. It's a slightly different process than the one above. So the exhibit manager that we have on file will receive an email with information to log into the online booth reservation form and select your booth space. When you're in this form, you'll be able to select your booth right from an interactive floor plan. And you'll also be able to add any add-on items such as sponsorships, packages, digital promotion packages right there. And then once you've successfully submitted your reservation form, you'll get a confirmation. So these emails will be sent based on the reservation schedule here by seniority. If you're not sure what your seniority is, I can find that out for you. Just contact me. And then, of course, if you miss your designated week, that's perfectly fine. You'll have access the rest of the year to go back in and order at a later date if you need more time to make that decision. One thing I want to mention is that we do have a new exhibitor software this year. We're very excited about it. It has a lot of great features, but it will look different to you when you sign in and when you're in your exhibitor portal. So I really want to stress the importance of paying attention to the Pittcon emails that are coming in. We have some very important stuff going out in April, and then of course in May and June when the seniority schedule is moving along. So just keep track of your emails. If you feel at any point like you're not getting emails or you're not sure, or you know someone from the company has changed positions and we have a new contact, just let us know. We're doing our best to keep up with that, but we have seen a lot of changes over the past few years.
All right, on this next slide, you'll see we have our booth pricing and packages. We really encourage you to use our booth pricing packages because it will save you time and money. When you go on to the online booth reservation form, you can order one of these packages. They will be right on the form. We encourage you to order a package as it's a savings to your company. And these packages are great for new exhibitors or those who are new to trade shows. You'll notice that there is a slight price increase. So, just keep that in mind.
Okay, we're also doing the tier booth pricing again this year. This is a benefit to 600 square feet or more. It basically is just a discount. The larger your booth is, the less the price of the booth costs here. Something else we're introducing this year is the island upgrade. So if you're familiar with our display rules and our policies, the guaranteed islands are 1,000 square feet, which is 10 booths or more. Anything under that would be considered a peninsula, a cross aisle inline. We also have sometimes smaller naturally occurring islands that happen due to the layout of the hall. Those are also given at the regular rates above on a first come, first served basis. So again, that's completely dependent on the layout of that particular hall. What we're trying to allow for is an upgrade opportunity for those of you who usually have a 20 by 20, 20 by 30, or 20 by 40 peninsula booth. If you've ordered these in the past and you really wanted them to be an island, this is your opportunity for a $300 one-time fee. We can change that to an island booth. So again, with this, select locations do apply. It's only for these certain types of booths. We can't do this for any inline, standard or 10 by 10 booths. So if this is something you're interested in, or you need a little more information, just reach out to me. We can discuss this in the next few weeks, and I can give you some more information on it. Seminar rooms are 20 by 20 meeting rooms directly on the expo floor. Seminar space is rented for the duration of the expo week by your company only. It is not a shared meeting room. So you have two options with this, a seminar room with a ceiling or a seminar room without. We also have hourly meeting space that's available on the expo floor. So if you're looking for something, maybe just a few hours each day, and you don't necessarily need the room for the entire week, the hourly meeting space might be better for you. Did you transfer funds from 2022 to 2023? If yes, first of all, thank you very much for that continued support and participation. We really do appreciate that here. I just want to make sure we're all on the same page with regards to transfers. So if you fall into this group, you still must place an order for your booth space. You must also still place an order for any add-on items such as booth packages, digital promotion packages, and sponsorships. So really only the credit for those purchased items exist on your account at this time, not necessarily the order. And just also note that since the rates have changed this year, and maybe you want to increase your booth size or get a sponsorship instead of a digital promotion package, you're able to do all that. Your balance might be different, so we'll apply the funds that are there. If there's any amount owed over that, we'll invoice you for that, or if you need a refund, we can refund as well. And last for me here, before I give it back to Dawn to go over the floor plan, just some really important deadlines here for you. So your certificate of insurance is due January 9th. We are not accepting any waiver and release forms this year. So in the past, you've had the option to submit either a COI or your waiver and release. This year, you must submit the certificate of insurance. If we do not have this from your company, you will not be permitted on the expo floor. And likewise, if you're using an exhibitor appointed contractor, we also require the COI for the EAC along with the Pittcon EAC form. Now, all of this information and all of these forms and documents will be in your exhibitor portal. It'll also be on the exhibitor service manual whenever that becomes available in October. Friday, December 16th, your exhibit drawings are due to Pickon. This is required for island booths and peninsulas and cross aisles. It's also highly encouraged for any smaller booths. And what this does is it just allows us to look at your booth dimensions and your booth layouts to see if there's any violations of our display rules or regulations ahead of time, so that you don't have that headache week of the show. And it creates and helps that efficient overall move-in process. Last, I have our refund policy. And just to note that after December 16th, there will be no refunds.
Thanks, Steph. All right, what you'll notice on this slide is a picture of the expo floor for 2023. It's very different from what we have done in the past, and I hope it's going to be very workable and really allow a lot of foot traffic on the floor. You'll notice first off that registration has changed. Or first, we have two entrances. We have an entrance at Hall A and an entrance at Hall C. Those will be the two main entrances to the expo floor. At Hall A is where registration will be located. So unlike in 19, where registration was down in the lower hall, it's actually going to be on the expo floor this year. Lead retrieval will also be located in registration. If you look at the next arrow, you will see where the expo management office is, and that's at the very back of the expo floor, next to our service center. So that's located there. Okay, like I said, pretty standard what we've done in the past with both of those being on the back of the expo floor. You'll notice where the restaurant and the exhibitor lounges as well. Posters are going to be over near Hall D on that left-hand side. And also, if you look at the little square boxes that are around the back and the side by the posters, that's where we'll have some of our seminar rooms. Now, our seminar rooms will not be specifically located just there. As we start to plan out the expo floor with the exhibitor space, we may be able to supply some seminar rooms in other places around the floor. You'll also notice that we no longer have one long extended Pickon Park. What we did was we broke up the park for 23 in order to allow more foot traffic around the floor. So Pickon Central, or our Pickon booth, will be located pretty much the center of the expo floor, and you'll have a straight shot back to it from the entrance at Hall C. But the other 4 areas that we have located as our park areas will be our demo zones and our learning labs. And one thing that we're going to try to do this year is, as a special activity, some fun activities, we are going to have, or try to have, some of the local businesses come in and do some presentations in our Pickon Park. And what that'll do is hopefully we'll have some free samples that they'll give out. But again, we're looking at getting foot traffic, not only to the floor, but getting foot traffic to your booths.
Okay, thanks, Don. So to close up here, first I have my contact information, which most of you already have, but if you do need to contact me, it's here. I also have the link to the exhibitor page of our website, which is a really helpful resource when you have questions or concerns. And then to close out here, Rocco and Sarah from the marketing team are going to come in. But before they do that, if we have any questions for me and Don, we'll take those now.
All right. Before we begin, well, you've all met me before. I'm Rocco Piccella, Pittcon's marketing manager.
And I am Sarah Wagner. I'm the marketing coordinator here at Pickon.
We handle the sponsorships, what many of you are familiar with. But before I begin, I'll answer the question about nonprofit discounts. We have a nonprofit partnership program that our marketing department runs, so the question is very timely. I will give you my contact information and Sarah's contact information later in our slide deck here, and you can feel free to reach out to us. We'd be happy to discuss partnership with you. We have a lot of these, and it's something we're very familiar with handling, so thanks for asking. We will look forward to working with you, whomever you are. Okay, sponsorships. The bright yellow title sheet. We're going to do a new approach to sponsorships this year. Basically, I will outline this now. We have year-round sponsorships. These are offered, as they say, anytime during the year, not just during Pittcon Conference and Exposition Week. This is something that I have to say we're really excited about this year. These will include retargeted digital ads. I'll explain these later. I get a lot of questions about those. Website ads on pittcon.org. And of course, attendee e-blast ads. Again, these could be done anytime during the year, year-round, not just during Pittcon Conference and Exposition Week. We're really looking to take things out of this and say, we have a lot of content. We have a lot of viewers. We have a lot of engagement overall. Let's share that with our exhibitors. Conference and Exposition sponsorships are, as they are, most of you are familiar with, it's the branding sponsorships, in-show branding, digital sponsorships. They extend during the course of Pittcon, a little thereafter, or before, I should say. And of course, printed publication sponsorships available to all attendees at Pittcon. Next, we'll describe these year-round sponsorships, and those include our retargeting. That's a 3-month run per purchase. Some of you, our first year doing this was last year, and we met with a lot of success. We actually retarget to our own people as well. It's an unlimited purchases on that. You could purchase enough for the year. And that's a guaranteed 200,000 digital impressions from pittcon.org visitors. Yes, we can target certain pages on pittcon.org. Next is our website, pittcon.org itself. That's a 1-month run per purchase, unlimited purchases on that. And ads appear on specific pages of your choice we have a certain amount of pages that we're going to offer. We will let you choose from those which ones you'd like to see. And we do different ad sizes with those. And then finally, our e-blasts. I think everyone's familiar with those. Usually we only did those a few months out of the year, but we engage our email audience constantly. And that's sent to about 60 to 75,000 email addresses, depending on how we outline those. That's one email run per purchase. And that's, of course, limited to 3 purchases because we only send a certain amount of emails out, and we want to give everyone an opportunity to utilize that sponsorship. Our conference and exposition sponsorships, again, these are in-show branding, attendee registration badge, headshot lounge. That's the Photoshop or the photo booth on the expo floor, very popular spot. Lobby banners, escalator runners, aisle sign danglers. That's something new that we're doing this year. There's one of those available. It's by that I mean it's available to only one sponsor, only one exhibitor, and that would be all the aisles on the expo floor would have a little sign underneath it, maybe a 4x2 sign underneath it with your logo, booth number, whatever you want, your design on it. The sanitization stations, very apropos now. Of course, we've all seen those. Everyone will use them. Those are on the expo floor. The press room, if you're looking to engage media the most, that would be a great sponsorship for you. Souvenir inserts, we're all familiar with. That's the souvenir bag, the much cherished Pittcon souvenir bag. And of course, the booth drop, very limited, but that is dropping literature to all booths. Good business to business marketing opportunity there. Digital sponsorships, the attendee registration package, it goes every year. The mobile digital signage screens, these are 55-inch monitors, vertically placed. These aren't like when you're looking at a TV. These are placed this way, vertically. And you can have a video, you can have just a moving image set. There's no sound on these, but they are very, very eye-catching. And then finally, publications. We are not doing a final program this year. We are going to utilize the floor plan. Every single attendee takes one. Every single attendee uses it. We are offering logos around the expo floor on the floor plan, the plan itself. And then on the other side, where all the exhibitors are listing, we do have ad space there. This is very limited as well. I expect these to go very quickly. Okay, so Pickon Party. You know that over the past years, well, 2020 was the last one that we did have, and that was a great success, the Museum of Science and Industry in Chicago. This year, we are looking to have the Pickon Party at the Grand Hall in the Pennsylvania Convention Center. If you haven't seen it, it is an old concourse for the train station, the Reading Terminal that was there, part of which is actually the Reading Terminal Market across the street. But this is an expansive, dark marble, enormous room. We are having the Pickon Party there. We are, as I've said for a few things, very excited about this because the space itself is massive. It evokes a time past, I'll say that. The date of that is Tuesday evening, March 21st, 2023. We're looking at that to be around 6 p.m. to 9 p.m., though we're still working those details out. And the types of sponsorships that we're going to have available for that are, there's an overall sponsor. We're going to have bar sponsors, food sponsors. There's going to be stations on the floor, the bars and the food stations, of course, and these dessert stations, which are going to exist in this overlook area. Very nice. There's also going to be a stage there. We'd like to have someone sponsor that. And of course, activity areas. We are hashing all these details out now. We're looking at stuff. We're talking to people to be there, different entertainment options. Those are going to be released in September. Sponsorships themselves are going to be released before that, I believe, very soon, this week, next week. And these are going to be released later. So we'll obviously notify everyone when we do release those so that you can get it when they're available. The contact information, and this goes for the person who asked about the nonprofit partnerships. I'm Rocco Picella. I'm the marketing manager. There's my phone number, extension 202, and there's my email, picella@pittcon.org. And next to me is Sarah Wagner. She's our marketing coordinator, as she introduced herself earlier. Her extension is 203 on the Pickon line, and it's Wagner@pittcon.org. We will give this slide deck out later, so you'll have all this information instead of trying to write it down quickly as I talk too fast. Finally, to reserve these sponsorships. We all know how this is done, but anyone that's new, pittcon.org/exhibitor, go to the exhibitor portal, excuse me. And I will end with this slide, giving our new tagline for the year, and any questions that anyone has about sponsorships, feel free to ask them now.
I'd just like to thank all of you for being with us today. The Philadelphia Convention Center, the Pennsylvania Convention Center is a wonderful venue, and Philadelphia is one of my favorite places. So I think you will see an enormous draw from the surrounding areas. We had a good percentage of people come in for our conference. It's easy to get there, train, subway, car, plenty of places to park. So we really look forward to seeing you, and we are hoping that you will be a part of our conference and exposition in 2023. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.